Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the SimSN podcast, the show where I ask some of my favorite questions to some of your favorite people. And today's guest is not only a SimSN coach, they are possibly, thanks to Cameo, one of the most famous members of our organization, very possibly.
I ain't fair. You're not wrong.
So, guess would you please introduce yourself?
I am Dean. Yeah, you might have heard of me once or twice. I know John Gruden's heard of me. Dean Blandino's heard of me. Hugh Jackson, of course, has heard of me. Did Hugh Jackson have a part of that? I can't even remember at this point. It's been so long.
I don't remember. I was.
Hugh Jackson was Old Site, right?
Yeah, I was not around for that one. I knew of
You
it.
weren't around on Old Site?
Uh, I. I know maybe
I
that was.
guess.
I was there
Yeah,
for
you were
one draft. I was there for
around.
one draft.
I
Um,
think the Hugh Jackson draft was the last draft
I
because that was when the Browns took. I think their name was like Lombardi or something like that.
I I joined mid-year after that draft.
Mm. Oh, gotcha,
Yeah,
gotcha.
and then I had
Yeah.
I had like 6 games as the Patriots scout, and then I had one season as their GM. And we won the division for like the first time ever, and then the site closed. So,
Saluna couldn't take it. Saluna was
but
like, the
hey,
Patriots are going to get this shit. I'm
hey,
done.
banners on the wall. I'm taking it.
Hey, hell yeah, it is. Dude, somewhere in my messy ass room, I have a Jake Davis Washington jersey.
Yeah.
I'll wear. I remember I wore it one time. My dad's like, "Who the fuck is Davis?" It's like, it's a long story.
Yeah. If I ever get a Browns jersey, it's far more likely to be a Sim jersey for sure.
Oh, 100%. It should be.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. If I ever get my next jersey, because I'm gonna get it from the same thing I did. I like ordered that Davis jersey like a year before it arrived because I ordered it from China for like $20. And I like totally forgot about it. I just blew it off, and then all of a sudden it like showed up, and I'm like, holy shit! Like I ordered this. And but yeah, no, if I was gonna do that, I'd probably get a Chargers Aguilera. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
because I love my boy Aguilera. I hate him, but I also love him. You know,
He is
Scramblers,
your $84 million
Scramblers.
man.
He is my $84 million man. He plays about like a $44 million man. You know what I mean? Nah, I'm being a little harsh on him. He's better than what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Scramblers are just hard in
Yeah.
Sim.
Well, and when you're not running them out of like a wing tee or a pure option, when you are counting on him to be a passer as well as a runner.
Yeah.
Man,
So,
his good games though are phenomenal.
oh my god,
When he does
yeah.
both, he gets like a 200-100 split. You guys are
It,
unstoppable.
oh yeah, like I want to say this most recent week he had like I want to say like 190 passing and then like it was something crazy. It was like 120 or 130 rushing. And
Yeah.
I was like, I'll take this any day.
And
Because I set my passing to like as low as possible.
mhm.
I can throw the ball, and he has weapons to throw it too. I just any time that I push it up, all of a sudden it doesn't work. So I just keep that shit down. I'm like, all right, stay down. Like, just stay with it's at. You do some RPOs, have some fun with that, you know?
Yeah. And did he have 4 touchdowns last week? Did he have two of each? Or is that someone
No,
else?
I think he had one passing and
Okay.
one rushing. I think he only had 2 touchdowns last. So I had 7 field goals last week.
Yes, that's what. Yeah.
That's what it was. Yeah. So I had it's crazy. I like saw the score and I was like, wow, we really did well against the Raiders. And then I saw how we did. I was like, what the fuck happened? like, like that's a way to do it, I guess.
It counts.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put you. This is a bit of a weird spot because by the time this comes out, your game against the Bears will have already run. But we're
Yeah.
recording this on Wednesday night, so we don't know what happens. But you broke
Yeah.
a 4-game streak for the Raiders, And now you've got the Bears who are on a 5 game winning streak. You guys have won 4 of 5. You're both the 8 seeds in your playoff races. This is a heck of a game coming up.
It really is, and honestly, a few weeks ago, I had basically written everything off. I had the Rams next. I was 5-6, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was 5-6 going against the Raiders on Thursday night, and I was just like, I don't know what else to do. So I kind of just set my passing defense to 100% on every single one. I just completely slid the slider as far as I could, and it worked. So I was like, okay, guess I'm still in it. I remember I watched your show, and I was like, all right, come on, roast us, let it rip, and because you were doing your tiers that week,
Oh,
the week before the Rams, and I was like, oh, we're not in contention, and you had us under spoilers, and so after that game against the Rams internally, I was just kind of like, he was right, we are goddamn spoilers, and
yeah,
now all of a sudden we're like back in it a little bit out of nowhere.
yeah. He beat the Rams. He beat the Raiders.
Yep.
Yeah,
And
you're a
I forget
game
who
behind
did I
him with the
beat in between.
tiebreak in hand.
Who did I beat in between? There was another. God, my memory is
I don't
terrible.
know.
You'd think that it being just a week ago, I would remember. Uh, no, because I play Bears, Ravens, and then Chiefs.
Mm-hmm.
I could just look this up. What is wrong with me?
But yeah. So it's yeah. So you guys are still in it. The Bears, who started out 0-5, they were 2-7.
Yeah.
They're still in it. It's absolutely wild. But also, not to look too far
It
ahead,
was Tennessee, by the way.
Tennessee. There you go. Yeah,
That's what.
you're spoiling a lot of
Just also
seasons.
another. Yeah. Hey, I'll take it. Hate me.
And even if you don't uh, make the playoffs, like you could be looking at a fourth place schedule next year. Like you could be looking at.
Hey, I mean, I'll take it. Like, here's the thing: my team is like really young. Like, it
Mhm.
is exceedingly young throughout a lot of the
Oh,
positions.
your offensive line.
So,
Yeah.
oh yeah, I want to say Johnson's like 26 or 27, and then Diaz is like maybe 28,
Mm-hmm.
and they're the oldest.
Wow.
Like, I got two tackles in their like second or third year. They're locked up. I got, I just have a really young O line.
Yeah.
Center is also in the same year as the tackles. I
Yeah.
got them all at the same time.
Oh yeah. Because I remember when Sage was on, we were talking about difficulty mock drafting because for most positions it's like, well, they've got a guy, he's just not prime age yet. Like he's gonna be.
Yeah,
So like you don't need a rookie who's gonna be good when you've already got a third or a fourth year guy who's gonna be good.
yeah. At
So
least you hope they're gonna be good.
well, sure, but
Yeah.
so yeah, you were one of the tough ones to mock for because I was like, just pick somebody good and find a
It,
way to play
it's
him.
BPA. It's BPA. Like when I took Harrod, it's because when I was doing my scouting, I came across him and I was like, I'm dropping everything. I'm going after this guy. I've never scouted anyone this good. Like, I was trying desperately to trade up for him. I, I was, I think I got picked at 11. I think I hit up everybody from 1 to 10 at least 5 times. In number 1, I hit up about 10 times. Like, I was trying so hard. I think I was close to a deal with the Patriots,
Hmm.
and they backed out, and I was like, "Well, there it goes. There it goes. It's all gone." Or did they trade back with someone else? Either way,
Pats. Yeah. Either way,
either way,
you got your guy.
yeah,
Now, now next year's going to be interesting because I think because you have a couple of firsts, you have yours and you have Washington's,
yep.
and then you have nothing until I think the sixth. So it's like
It's like, yeah, I think I want to say I have two firsts, two sixths, two sevenths. It's like the weirdest way to get 6 picks in a draft. And what's funny is because I'm always making trades. I love making moves. I'm always trying to find a little edge that I can do to just make things just a little better, and just cut off a little bit here, just to put a little more on there.
hmm
Like, it's not the most sustainable practice, but it's a fun one. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
So I would be shocked if I still had 2 first rounders by draft time. I'd be surprised if I still had one. Like, I don't even know what I'm gonna be doing. And it's kind of the fun part about running your own team, because I do technically have a scout, but they're kind of inactive.
Mm.
I could poke and prod them to make them active again, but they're really not. So I just kind of run it by my own thing. So I could just kind of wake up one day and go, you know what, I'm gonna just do this. It's pretty nice. Can't lie.
that's that's awesome. So, oh man. So, so how long? So I know you played a previous sim for a long time. You had a
Yep.
break. You came back here. So how long have you been in this in that the sports
I
sim world?
I would say about a decade, probably.
Okay.
CFBHC, the old site, was like really my first like foray into it big time. It was either that or online baseball leagues on Out of the Park Baseball,
Mm.
which those two were because baseball's. It's funny because baseball's always been my number one sport, but I love the site. I love the people. And
Mm-hmm.
I love football too. Like as it's so and so yeah, no, I just kind of got hooked because I just kind of liked everyone. And then I kind of liked pissing off the old site owner because he did not like me. And at some point, that became a thing. It's funny because this site wouldn't exist without me. Do you know that story?
No, what's the story?
So the whole reason why Tuscan started working on this was, well, people were burning out on the old site because there wasn't any transparency. That
Mm.
was a really big thing. There was like no transparency. There is like a 75% chance that old site was just a dude in Google Sheets just kind of throwing shit together. He says that he modded bowl bound college football. No, he did some shits on Google Sheets. Like, it's pretty well determined now that that's just all what happened. When that's fine, I still had a blast. I had a good time, even though I was taking shit the whole time for being terrible. He wanted out of me. So, it was, yeah. I just like the people. I like the thing. And so what ended up happening was I was the coach of the Washington Huskies for about 2 or 3 seasons. And in the shout box one day, I was just kind of like, you know what, maybe it's time for me to move on to a different team. You know, I've been on this team for a little bit. You know, let me just. And for whatever reason, that just set the site owner right off. And I think the exact quote, and this is going to include a swear, so my apologies. A pretty bad one, but I'm just gonna call me the R word. You know that fun one. He called me starving or R word starving kid from Africa. Or no, I think it was R word autistic starving kid from Africa being thrown into a den of lions or something like that. He said some wild shit. It was something along those lines. I don't remember the exact one. He made fun of my autism in some way. I can't remember. But it was something like crazy like that. And he ended up just shutting the site down for a little bit. And so the server was created, the Discord server was created that night, and they started working on it while I was down. So the Discord server wouldn't have been created without me, and hence so I don't think the site would have existed without that. So
Well,
you
there
know,
you
you're welcome.
go. Wow.
It's a true story
Yeah.
too.
No,
Like
I I believe every word of that story based on my
I I
limited
I
interactions.
the thing is, I really don't hold any like me
No.
and him talked that entire thing out. We're fine. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was also a little different time back then too. It was a little,
Mm.
but still
Yeah.
that still happened, and it was an
Yeah. It,
interesting time.
in fairness, I was on that site like an actual year, and I quit and
Yeah.
came back. I think twice. So I think if
I Here's the thing, I never quit.
no.
I never ended up stopping. I just kind of like I tried to come here a few times, but it never just like it never gave me the like same pull
Hmm.
it did that the old site did to me. So I was supposed to be the Raiders GM under culture,
Hmm.
and I like showed up one day and then never showed back up again. And so eventually, I don't even remember why. I think I just heard that there was like a team opening. I was just kind of like, I'll give it a shot again. And it was so much better and so much different than the dice football that it
Oh.
was for a
Hmm.
little bit.
Yeah.
That did not have their hooks on me. I was just like, all right, y'all enjoy your dice football. I'll come back when it's built, and I did.
Yeah. Do you think it's kismet that you end up in the same division as the Raiders?
Oh, I mean, that was not on purpose. That was just, I actually kind of feel bad because that was probably the last time I talked to Culture after years of talking to him. So that's my bad. That's on me.
Oh my goodness. So I don't, so we were talking about Aguilera, your $84 million man. You
Yeah,
you spent a first. You got McGuire in. I saw you just paid him handsomely. He's going to be coming back. Um,
yeah. 5 years. Paid him for 5 years.
5 years.
Can't remember. Can't remember the exact way I built it. I want to say like 40% or something like that's guaranteed.
Okay.
Like I was able to actually like I was able to actually maneuver it a little bit and get myself a better deal than I thought I was going to.
Okay.
I was ready to pay him whatever he wanted because he
Mm.
still got like a year or two of development left.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's still got some space to go, and he's an 88 overall right now. So I was
Wow.
like, anything you want, I will pay. Like I already paid a first for him. Whatever you need.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Because I think because you've got the value and then you've got AAV now and then
Yep.
yeah, it's kind of set up that anywhere from that 30 to 60% bonus is kind of where it ends up where you hit both of them. If
Yeah.
you go any higher than that, in order to hit the actual dollars they want, you end up skyrocketing the value, and then kind of vice
Yep.
versa. So, and I think Tuscan is working on something to show the accepted contracts, so people don't have to just
Gotcha.
wonder until
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
year.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm just gonna keep everyone in waiting, you know. Like, all right. Jokes aside, I want to say it's like 10 mil a year over 5 years, and I want to say like 40 something about it. It's something around those lines.
Yeah.
I also paid a like basically fully guaranteed contract though to Laurent,
Mm-hmm.
Alan Laurent the corner,
Yeah.
because he's older, so I didn't want to give him 5 years and just completely screw myself.
Exactly.
And he wanted a high AEV, so I was like, well, I'm just gonna give him fully guarantee it because I don't want to get rid of the guy. Corners are really important. I
Mm-hmm.
am a big proponent for corners.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
so especially when I run an old school defense. You'd think that would mean that my run defense, surely, the run defense would be good, but it's not. That's the trick. It's terrible.
Oh, we can't all be good at everything.
uh, uh,
I'm I'm
just
so I'm
just
so
a little.
I'm still getting used to
Just,
running the multiple man defense in college, where I don't have a dime formation. I have a max three cornerbacks.
oh,
Sometimes that worries me a few times. Um,
I would worry me too. I completely understand.
there's
I don't wait. I don't have dime either. So
yeah
yeah, I don't have dime either
there's
because old
two
school.
4-man fronts. There's a 3-man front, and then there's
Yeah,
a two nickels based on the 4 or the 3-man.
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so it's worked okay, but I do get nervous around like and I think it's weak to air raid. So I'm like,
Uh,
if
hey,
air raid
hey,
lines up 5 wide receivers, I'm like just take it. Like I will try to get to I will try to get to the quarterback before he throws. That is basically
hey,
my hope.
and And you know what? That was my plan 2 seasons ago when blitzing was so much fun and I could just set
Mm-hmm.
that bitch all the way up to 100. I was
Mm-hmm.
just like, we're blitzing every time. I would never blitz corners. I'd never blitz safeties. I'm just going to run my front seven at you and you have to deal with it.
God, the first the first coaching set, the first football video game I ever played, I think it was around 1990 was when it was made, and I'm pretty sure all I ever ran on defense were 7-man blitzes.
Hell yeah.
And the game just wasn't coded to deal with that.
Yeah.
And so like I would give up a few bombs a game, but I would also get like 15 sacks a game.
And to be honest with you, when the site was allowing me to have like 10 sacks a game just running those blitzes, it was so much fun.
Yeah.
And now, unfortunately, it caused me to like internally overrate my D line because I was like, oh my God, these guys are good. Look at them. They're doing all this. And now they're terrible. Like I'm relying on people that just are not performing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just like, like one of them was McKinnon, James McKinnon. I
Mm.
drafted him in the first round, and the first year I think he had like 9 sacks as a run defensive
Mm.
end. And I was like, there's something here. I think he's had like 4 sacks
Yeah.
in the last 2 years because he's not.
Yeah. Well, there's also kind of that weird balance issue where like defensive tackles are just like gods among men and getting all these
Yep.
sacks, and edge rushers can be
Yep.
good, but they're kind of, no pun intended,
Yeah.
on the periphery a little bit. Um, uh,
Ah.
oh, fun fact: that game, that very first video game I ever played, didn't have wasn't like an officially licensed one, so it didn't have it had um, so like the Joe Montana was named Joe Idaho,
Oh, there we go. Oh,
and that's
those are
where
just the best.
JJ Piloff of the Hoosiers came from,
Hey, there
because
you go.
Jerry Piloff was the star wide receiver for the 49ers, and I just still think that's the
Oh my
funniest
God.
name ever.
Is that supposed to be Jerry? Oh, that's Jerry Rice, of
Because Jerry,
course. Fucking Pilo. Yeah. I was like, is that JJ Stokes?
so it was Jerry
From-
Piloff in the game, so I created JJ
yeah.
Piloff in the sim, and then
That's
recruited him
amazing.
to
I love it.
Indiana, and then pretty soon he'll be in the NFL, hopefully. So
I hope so too.
we can
Oh,
just keep that joke running forever.
oh, absolutely. I
Um,
remember I had a game, or it was my father's game for I think the NES. It was a baseball game, and I can't remember. I can't remember. I remember it was like unlicensed, so like all the names were also messed up like that. And unfortunately, it's been so long, I can't remember any of the names. But I remember just going through it. Just I want to say Boston was like the Boston Bambinos, and that like upset young me,
oh yeah,
like 8-year-old me, because I was like, "What do you mean Bambinos? You can't use Babe Ruth.
What do you
You
think
can't
the
allude
curse?
to him."
Where did the curse come from? Do you not know your
I
history?
know that's where the curse. I know the curse. I know where the curse is from. That doesn't mean I like it referenced. It's a curse.
No, I was being you in that
Oh
example.
yeah, yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Gotcha.
but my
Yeah.
gosh, have you? I think you've seen. I shared the one video game where like Japanese developers had to come up with American names. Have you seen that list?
Oh, are you talking about
Uh, the the the
the
Bo-
old the Japanese
the
one
Bobson
from
Dugnut
baseball?
one.
Yes, yes, I've seen. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that
It's like Todd
it's
Gonzalez.
it still makes me laugh every time.
Oh, it's a great list.
And I
Oh my god.
and we have some of them now. They've been added into the sim. I think Tuscan put them in
Yes.
the name generator. So it's only gonna get weirder, people. It's just only
Oh,
gonna get
great.
weirder. Like you thought the
Every single
Howards
time
were bad. Wait until the Gonzaleses come for you.
bro, I'm only recruiting Gonzalez from now on. We're gonna be the Texas Gonzaleses, okay?
Yeah, pair them with the
Uh,
Iguabuques, which is still one of
exactly.
my favorite names to pronounce.
Igwe Bigwe.
Iguabuque, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Because well, what was it? I also get a kick whenever I see first name or last name. I love that
Oh,
somebody could just hypothetically be first name, last name, and that's just hilarious.
one day,
It'll
one
hit.
day, the stars will align.
It'll hit, and somebody will draft or somebody will put everything on recruiting for him.
Oh,
He could be a
how can you
one
not?
star running. Oh, I would too. I'm not even hating. Like, I would too.
Oh yeah, I think the Browns. I don't know if his contract is up. It might be up this year, but I think the Browns still have Ian last name on our defensive line.
Oh,
Um,
you gotta give him snaps.
yeah,
You
and
got
then
you just gotta.
is there? It's a there's an F name. Is it first name Fickle? First name Fickens? There's an F name. I don't remember who they are, but it's a first name and then the last name starts with F. Like
I have
first
no
name
idea.
Figgins or something. Or maybe now I'm confusing them with Fish Liggins, which is also.
I was gonna say now I'm just thinking of Fish Liggins, who is also an amazing name. Don't get me wrong. Fish last name when? Like,
The possibilities truly are endless. Um, we also have Taylor
Kirby.
Swift now at wide receiver, of course.
You have Taylor. You have T Swizzle at wide receiver.
I don't I created them as a creative crew and then forgot and didn't recruit them, so they're in the sim. Um, Someone recruited
did
them.
I was gonna say, oh my god, Washington. Who the fuck's their obvious owner that I've known for years, and my name is
Sweezy
just randomly brilliant.
or
So
or,
yeah,
no,
T
or
Sweezy. That's
or Jar
it.
Jar. I guess Jar Jar is technically the
I
owner.
was I meant Sweezy.
Okay.
Sweezy. That's where his name's from. Is Taylor Swift. I don't know if I'm.
Oh
I don't know if I'm kind of breaking the fourth wall here, or just kind of
no,
not. That's the wrong saying. That's the
you
completely wrong
yeah
saying.
you're
I've
breaking
had a long day at work. Cut me a little.
you're breaking
I'm
kayfabe. What are you
breaking.
doing?
Yeah, I'm breaking. That's what I was trying to say.
It's real to me, damn it. It's still real.
It's still real to me, damn it.
Oh my gosh.
Have you laughed this much on a podcast yet?
No, no, this is great. I
Dude,
appreciate the
Kirby's gonna
energy.
be Kirby's gonna be so happy hearing my laugh. Every single time I do the draft, he always, every single time, loves my voice and loves my laugh. He's like, "You laugh like the Joker." So,
Oh my gosh. Who? So other than other than your teams, any other favorite players you're watching? Any other favorite teams or storylines throughout the leagues that you're
dude,
like following as just like
I
a fan of theirs?
I love Nebel, man. I for the
Hmm.
Texans, like I love Nebel so much. I tried so hard to trade up for him. I was gonna just sit him behind Aguilera for a year. I was gonna trade up or trade Aguilera to get him,
Hmm.
and just either sit him for a year behind Aguilera. But if I had to trade Aguilera, I was just gonna start him because I think that if you use Nebel the right way, and my dumbass the week before I played the Texans decided to go like, oh hey Texans, here's some ideas on how to help Nebel, and they beat my ass by like 20 points. I, I think it was a closer game, but either way, I was just like, well, that kind of backfired. Like, because the thing with scramblers is that you can't let them off the leash when it comes to passing, no matter how good they are.
Hmm.
You have to be passive when it comes to the pass. Like Aguilera cannot throw it deep. He just cannot. He can a little bit, but like to the point. But it's so like he throws too many interceptions. It's like where all of his interceptions are is when he's throwing it long or deep.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck it. Let's just get rid of all the deep passes. Let's get rid of all the long passes. Let's just keep it short, keep it medium. Just stay there. And the last 3 weeks that I've done that, the offense has been scoring like 20, 30 points a week, and we're not allowing a lot of points. So I'm like, just gonna stay, keep
Yeah.
it.
Well, and with the engine where it is, if you can prevent turnovers, like I feel like that's a big part of
Oh,
it. Because
100%.
Yeah, because I was talking with Jordan last week about how like kind of everything's just a little bit bigger. Like all the stats are bigger. All the there's more turnovers, and then throughout all that, we somehow end up at what looks like a kind of a realistic final score most of the time.
Yeah,
Um, so yeah, if you can keep the turnovers down, I feel like those yards really start to add up.
they
Because
really do.
we have more turnovers, and that's kind of what mitigates some of the crazy yardage that these teams can put up. Is that more often you're turning it over more often.
Absolutely. And when that, especially when you run a run heavy offense, gotta just limit the fumbles and limit the interceptions. Because if you just start throwing picks, I just like to think of it as just kind of, I'm gonna try to make you make a mistake, and then I'm just gonna run the clock out.
Mm-hmm.
That's just kind of my thought. Is that I'm gonna have Harrod, I'm gonna have Aguilera. You kind of have to choose one to like stop. You kind of just have to focus on one of them, and then the other one can go off. And I just kind of split my carries in three ways. Actually, it's kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
So if you actually look at my rushing like distribution, uh, Aguilera, Harrod, and Pedro Tavecchio, who's technically my RB2 and also my fullback.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think the highest out of any of them is 8, and I have the wide receiver set as 10,
Hmm.
which is kind of weird, but I kind of also love Garcia and McGuire running the ball.
Mm-hmm.
And also Zach Beck gets them for whatever fucking reason, but I'm not going to complain about it because it's my rookie getting snaps. So again, you want to go for it. But I try to do a lot of triple option type things where all of a sudden you'll see like Aguilera get a bunch of yards on it, or all of a sudden you'll just see Edwin Garcia's ran for 17 yards, and I'm like, cool. He'll go 3 for 20. I don't care. He's doing good enough.
Oh yeah. One of my favorite weird stats of all time is that there was a Woody Hayes coached Buckeyes team where their
Yeah.
lead passer for the year was their halfback who completed three halfback options for 88 yards.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Their quarterback
That,
that year for the season was 7 of 20 for 86 passing yards. Um,
that's a Curvin stat right there.
yeah,
like,
that was the
that's,
ultimate
that's
just
Sean Curvin.
oh, the ultimate, 4 yards in a cloud of dust. Oh,
Yeah, but
but you were talking about running out the clock. Sorry, I'm going way
yes,
deep into my history bag a couple times here.
you're good.
I think one of the best coached games I've ever seen. Well, I was too young at the time. Best coach games I've ever heard of in the NFL was the Bill Belichick as the defensive coordinator of the Giants beating the Bills in Super Bowl 25,
Yeah,
and they said our goal is to run the clock out from the first play,
yeah,
and that's what they did. They put in two down linemen to defend everyone against the pass. Every
yeah.
single offensive play, they ran the play clock all the way down. They had multiple 14 play drives. They ended with 40 minutes of time possession.
Put that shit in my veins right now.
And they
like I love.
and they still only won because Norwood missed a kick at the end. Like that is how thin
Oh,
their
is that
margin
game
was.
too? Oh,
Like
see,
all that they did so they coached it so well, they executed so well, they did exactly what they intended to, and they still won by like 2 feet.
so
But had they not done that, like they would have gotten blown out.
oh, oh yeah, the Bills were the better team by far.
Oh yeah.
Like the Giants' defense, especially back then, was amazing. Don't get me wrong, but those Bills teams, the fact that he didn't get a single Super Bowl is a war crime.
Yeah. The
Whereas,
fact that we never got a Super Bowl against the 49ers with against
yeah,
Montana. Like I've done oh yeah, 49ers Super Bowl 23-24.
yeah,
Bills get 4 in a row, not against the 49ers.
yeah,
49ers come back and get 29. Seven
yep.
consecutive Super Bowls with both of those teams. They never played each other. And the
That's
one,
crazy.
sorry, way deep in the bag. And the one time They did play each other in the regular season. 0 punts.
Oh,
The
that must
first
have been an
ever
amazing
zero
game.
punt game was against those two teams at the height of their offensive power, and they never played in a Super Bowl against each other, which is
That's
crazy.
that sounds like a hell of a game. I gotta find that. I'm sure it's somewhere.
Oh
There's
yeah,
no way that
I
that's not somewhere.
I know that because we had a VHS tape of that game that my dad recorded,
Oh, there we go.
and I
Hell yeah.
watched it as a kid. All points and turnovers. Oh, and the Bills won. Weirdly enough.
Oh wow.
So
So
who?
my
Oh,
mom grew up.
what could have been?
My mom grew up south of Buffalo, so she grew up a Bills fan. She was actually at the Frank Reich playoff game where Frank Reich stormed back against the
Seriously?
Oilers. She was at that game.
Holy
She
shit!
stayed too. She stayed. She was legitimately there. She did not walk out, which I am very proud to say of my mother. She did not walk out during the Frank Reich playoff game. I think it was against the Oilers, and they stormed all the fucking way back.
Oh,
And she actually was, even because I grew up in Massachusetts. My mom had moved there after she met my dad, moved over there, and she always now she like kind of likes the Patriots because she spent like 20 years in Massachusetts. But
mm-hmm.
she stopped being a Bills fan the second they hired Rex Ryan.
Hmm.
She hates Rex Ryan with like or every fiber of her being. The second the Bills hire, it's a very weird one. I still don't understand it to this day. I was like, really, Rex Ryan's the line?
That's
Like, you gone through hell as a Bills fan, and Rex Ryan's the line? Like, hey, was it JP Lussman? Like, it's Rex Ryan for his like mediocre like 2 seasons he was there. Like, like
oh man.
but no, but what the fuck was I saying? Like the Bill. So I've always had an affinity for the Bills a little bit because of that. I've always been a Patriots fan first and foremost. Growing up north of Boston.
Sure.
Born in '98. Like I want to say I was 2 years old. I was dressed up as Drew Bledsoe for Halloween. Like, you know what I mean? I
God.
I was screwed from the beginning. I was always going to be a Patriots fan. And then Brady was there from like age 3 to age like 20, like
Mm.
23. You know,
Mm-hmm.
like so I'm very very blessed as a sports fan.
God, yeah.
I don't remember the original point of that, but
Yeah. I I think I saw. Did I? Yeah. What in my was it 9 years in Boston? I saw major championships in all four sports.
What
Uh,
years were you in Boston?
2004 to
Great year.
2013.
So 2013, I was at the World Series parade when the Sox won the series. My dad works downtown Boston. And I kind of like I just took a bus into Boston and met him at his work because the parade was going right by. And the two things I remember, the first one was David Ortiz on the Dropkick Murphys float singing Bob Marley, which that was pretty great.
Wow.
That was pretty great. And then at some point, I think as they were trying to like head, so whenever you do a championship parade in Boston, you do it in duck boats,
Hmm.
and the duck boats go onto the Charles River.
Yeah.
And so there's a point where they all stop as they're all starting to head towards the river, and also all the fans are rushing up to their favorite people's floats. You know what I mean? And there was one float that just had nobody, and it was a bunch of front office people and one pitcher, and it was Craig Breslow, who is now the GM of the Red Sox.
Okay.
And I saw him on the float, and I went, Craig Breslow, and he's pointing down at me, and that's it.
That's awesome.
It was great.
Craig Breslow.
Craig Breslow.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. And now he's the GM of the Red Sox, who traded Rafael Devers for fucking nothing.
God. Who? Oh shoot. Who was the manager in the late 2000s? What was his?
Francona, John Farrell,
Okay.
Bobby Valentine was there for a year.
Okay. I'm trying to remember who it was because I
Uh,
think one of them's. I think my wife had a class with one of their dads who was a professor at Boston
Oh,
University.
interesting.
Yeah,
It's probably it's either Tito Francona, John Farrell,
I
or
think
I hope not Bobby Valentine. For
no,
your sake,
maybe Frank. I think it might have been Francona.
Francona's dad.
Maybe I'm
Tito Francona's dad was a baseball player, so probably not him. It was probably
oh,
John Farrell.
okay.
If I had to
Maybe
guess, it, one of them for
yeah.
sure.
It
Like,
was just one of those. You live in Boston, you have one weird connection story.
of course.
Um,
It's interesting because like now as I've gotten into like sports and just getting to know people online, now I have like weird connections like throughout the throughout America. It's kind of weird. I have a buddy, so I actually did something pretty funny. I have a buddy who works at a news station in Denver, and about a year ago or so, in one of my in another place, there's this hot takes thread, and my buddy messages me and tells me, "Hey, we just got a news story. Josh Reynolds was shot. He's okay, but like he got shot. It's true. It's true. He got like raised in the head, and it hadn't came out yet. And so to be really funny, I wrote in another wide receiver gets shot soon in the hot takes thread. And then about an hour later, the news broke, and they're like, "Oh my god, did you just shoot Josh? Did you shoot Josh Reynolds?" So those connections you can really use for good.
oh my god. Who needs Slippery Jim when you've got. Did Dean shoot Josh Reynolds? Oh my god. Oh, that really got me.
So when you have those connections, please feel free to use them for good like that.
God.
Like,
Whew. That is wild. That is wild.
yeah, that was something I did at one point in my life.
Yeah,
I did get people.
there.
They were so confused. They're like, "What do you know?"
You glad? You glad there weren't prop bets back in those days? Or I
Oh
don't know.
my
Maybe you would have
god,
made a
I'd
killing.
be rolling in the money. I'd be fucking rich.
God,
I'd buy the site.
what's God? What's oh man? Now I'm trying to think of what's the weirdest legitimate sports prop bet I've ever heard of, because there's some crazy stuff out there.
There's always some crazy sports bet. It's funny. I actually like completely avoid sports betting and stuff like that
Oh yeah,
because God knows I would fucking sink all my goddamn money into it, and I need
yeah,
all the sense I can get. You
yeah.
know, I'll take
Oh,
a fucking penny off the ground.
I went to so in my previous hobby life when I was a chorus singer,
Yeah.
I got to go to a competition in Las Vegas, and I made the rule ahead of time. Like I'm not going to go to any table. I'm not going to get buy a single chip. I'm not going to go to a single slot machine. There are slot
Stronger man
machines
than
in
me.
the grocery stores there. Like just
Really?
yeah. I went because my wife and I went there. And we're like, we're gonna save some money. We'll make some meals, or pack some lunches or whatever. Went to the grocery store. There's slot machines lined up just by the windows. It was crazy, and I just had to be like, no, I will not set foot in any of those. I will not bet a single dime because I don't trust myself. Um,
Yeah.
so
I, dude, I'm very glad I do not live out in Las Vegas. That shit would have ruined me.
yeah.
I,
Oh, I should also mention, as it is every year, that singing competition was in July.
yeah.
Which, if you're gonna ever visit Las Vegas, don't do it in July.
Oh fuck no! That shit sounds horrible. Fucking dying of 100-degree heat.
Oh, I wish it had been 100. Are you kidding me?
Oh no.
A hundred and
Oh no.
fifteen.
Fuck that. Yeah, no, I'm a northern boy. Fuck that. I'm all good.
I
I I have been in the Northeast my entire life, and I plan on keeping it that way.
I've never been in a place where the breeze made it worse. That's how hot it was. Because
The
it doesn't.
breeze made it
Because
worse.
it doesn't. Because it's not cold air anymore. No matter how fast the
Oh my
wind
god, you're
goes,
right.
it's just like the furnace in your. It just blows more air into your face, and it's not any cool. It
Oh
or
Jesus
it's 100
Christ.
instead of 115. But
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that sounds terrible. I'll pass. It's good to know. I'll just go to Atlantic City. That's basically the bastard version of Las Vegas, anyways.
yeah.
No,
Whew.
I really don't gamble. I used to worry my parents about gambling. Now, mind you, I've maybe placed like two sports bets in my life. I've never gone. I went to the casino on my 21st birthday, and that's the only time I've ever gone to a casino. But when I was a kid, I'd play Poker Stars online, not for money, for just the fake chips, and my parents would just see the fake chips, be like,
Oh.
"Oh my god, oh fuck, my kid has a gambling problem." I mean, no, it's fake money. Like, you think I'm going all in on the second hand if it was real money? Come on now. Like, come on.
Oh man. Yeah. I yeah. I already worry about my kids watching like YouTube. Like I can't imagine.
Uh no, yeah, I kind of it's interesting. I kind of grew up on the internet. I
Hmm.
was like the first like generation that really could, again, born in 98. So, there's a photo of me probably about 2 or 3 years old, and I wouldn't go to ESPN. I was cool and I would go to EXPN, where it was like the X Games and stuff
Oh
back
yeah.
in the day. And so there's a photo of me about 2 or 3 years old. My hand is on the mouse. My head is basically on the keyboard, dead asleep, and EXPN is the main page on the like old like Mac. You
Hmm.
know what I mean?
Oh.
That was my child. I remember like you would just click a web page and then you'd walk away because it would take
Hmm.
you had to give it time for it to load in.
Yeah.
And you want to download something, just click it. Don't even use the computer for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Back when images on a website was like a luxury. It was like.
It's like you're like, oh my god, I'm almost seeing it.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember the days of you get X amount of screen or X amount of internet time because you're using the one phone line. Um,
Hmm.
so yeah, I think
There you go.
we got internet. Probably I was 13, probably.
Yeah,
So yeah, around
my
late 90s.
yeah, my dad loved internet and stuff. He loved computers and stuff. So like I remember he had like a bunch of like computers for dummies books
Mm.
from like 2000s. You know what I mean? So I'm sure if I found those books again, completely fucking useless now. But
Oh, but what I remember more is pre-internet is um, inventing I don't know, games like this, being obsessed with football, and then having no
yeah,
channel outlet for that in the off seasons, and just inventing anything that I could do that would simulate any kind of football result. I would get all the board games off the shelf and pull every dice from it, or I would get packs of cards and just and oh, I remember in
I,
sec
I
because in second grade we had a little game where you would roll two dice and multiply them together. It was about teaching multiplication, but the idea was
yeah.
depending on the product, your guy would go around the bases,
Mhm.
and that just kind of kicked it off for me. And then it was just like, oh
Yeah.
well, how many dice do you need? How many rolls do you need to simulate a football score? And I would just fill
Yeah.
pages and pages of notebooks of just like little boxes and tally marks and ticks and just uh,
I
yeah.
remember being a kid and I do it with baseball cards. I have probably about at this point probably over 10,000 baseball cards.
Wow.
Some really large number like that. And a lot of it was handed down to me. So
Hmm.
I've had these cards for a while. And what I young me would do is that I would like choose a random like booklet or something like that. I would pseudo draft a roster and then I would act it out like, "Oh my god, and it's a home run. Oh my god! I'd run around the bases in my basement. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I should. I should have wrote down their stat lines and stuff, but I wasn't smart enough for that. I didn't bother doing that.
Well, and then there's the day that my mom, while cleaning up, like just like sees a bunch of papers that look used and throws them out, and just my horrified expression at all this work that's been lost, and having to start over, and then having to write, at the top of every page, do not like not trash, do not throw out, and just
That's just hilarious.
and
Where you're just
diving
kind of like, don't you fucking dare.
and going right back into it and just starting all over again.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god.
So yeah, finding out an online sports sim exists was like, oh wait, there's other people that may have at one time thought like I did, but they can actually code, um,
Yeah.
and so it actually might reflect some sort of reality and not just a completely random roll of the dice 3 times.
That just randomly reminded me when this was in development, like early development, I actually got like the role for like developers for whatever reason. And like I remember I hopped into a call and they're like, "Oh, you're here to help code." I'm like, "I don't know how to fucking code. I'm just here to say hello." Like, I'm just saying hi. How are y'all doing?
Oh yeah, oh yeah. I've done that a few times. You just hop into voice chat like, oh, this is not a chat. This is a meeting. We're having
Yeah.
a
I'm like,
meeting.
"Oh, I'm just saying hello. I'm just being fucking friendly here."
Oh man.
Dude, my fucking head hurts from laughing.
Oh my gosh. Well, oh my gosh, wow. Uh, it's been almost an hour, and I didn't even realize.
I didn't even know. If you had asked me, I would have been like 20 minutes.
Well, I mean, okay. Last thought. Any predictions, hot takes, anything about the postseason, off season you're looking forward to? Um,
Uh,
I know we touched on draft a little bit. Um,
we talked about we talked about sight for about 10 minutes there. Yeah.
yeah, eventually. Honestly, I feel like for you, it might just be like progressions. Might just be a real fun time because you have such a young team.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Honestly, that's it. So like, I'll give you two. I'll give you one for myself, and then I'll give you one for the league.
Okay,
Actually, the only prediction I have for the league is kind of a dickish to one team specifically. So I'm trying to think of one that's not that. So I'm
okay,
gonna go for the one that's mine. And while I'm telling you that, I'm gonna try to think of a
okay.
different one that doesn't just completely be mean to one team. All right. So for my team, I genuinely think that in 2 seasons, I am in the Super Bowl. That's my hot take. I think that my team is like really, really young. And for the most part, all my really important pieces are locked up.
Hmm.
They're taking care of, the fucking keys thrown out. They're stuck on the squad. And I'm also paying them with enough bonus that they are stuck on the squad.
Hmm.
So so as long as that continues to happen, I should be all good. And unfortunately, I haven't thought of another prediction, so I'm just gonna let it rip. The Patriots are their most. I've never liked, and that's like the really biggest reason is that I'm a potential truther when it
Hmm.
comes to that. I know there's a little bit of haziness to it, but I whenever I try to sign people, especially people that are like already devved up a bit in like free agency, I'll try to find people with A+ potential, have been around for like 3 to 4 seasons. So that way they still have a good amount of room to grow and they have the best chance to grow as high as they can. That's the way I personally see it. And I feel like the Patriots, and that's unfortunate for them. because I love the Patriots. I always root for them. I'm like, yeah, I almost lost to them this year. Do you remember that game?
I
I it was like week 2 or 3, and I won 17-16 because they had a quarterback and a kicker that missed like
oh
two
my
kicks and like two
gosh,
extra points or something like that. It
that's
was awful.
wild. There's
Yeah, it was. I
it's funny. There's always a few games that like in the moment you're like, okay, that's a little weird, and then you look back at the end of the season, you go, what was that? Like
yeah.
now that we have a full body of work for every team, there's a few games you look
If
back and it just, what on earth happened?
dude, that's how I feel about half my games this year. Like the games that I've been like, I got this. It's gonna be easy. I fucking lose by like 30 to the Jaguars, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? I was like, Matt Howard just threw everything at me, and I couldn't handle it. Matt Howard just destroyed me, and whatever Jacksonville did, like, I think I ran for like 40 yards.
Hmm.
It was like, I was like, what the fuck happened, guys?
Yeah.
I have no idea. I still have no idea what happened that game. That game was just terrible.
Hmm.
And then I've beaten the Chiefs, Rams, and Raiders. Lost to the Texans and Jaguars. It was fucking nothing. I almost lost to the one-win Patriots, but the Rams, the Chiefs, that nothing.
Oh my gosh. It's yeah. It's it's fun trying to find the right amount of randomness because you absolutely want the
Yeah.
choices to matter, but you want
Mhm.
it to be a surprise. And professional sports are so random. I understand there are
Oh,
hundreds of incredible professionals at the top of their game, all trying their best. But at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of it just stuff happens, and then we create the narrative afterward.
yeah.
And why should a simulation be any different? Um,
And you're damn right. You're damn right.
I mean, I don't know what's in the water in LA. I don't know why you I don't know why you guys play up to certain
Bro,
teams and down to others.
I we are the Pittsburgh Steelers of the
Yeah.
Sim NFL. We will play right down to the fucking lowest. But when
Yeah.
we play a good team, you're like, wow,
Yeah.
they're actually hanging in there, you know?
And again, and this is what I always say, every time something weird happens in the sim, there's always a real world analog. You're like, yeah, it's just like
Yeah,
that real world team that played really
exactly.
good against good teams and played really bad against bad teams.
And to
Um,
be honest with you, it was like that in the old Sim too, and that's what I really loved about it. I was like, really fucking anything could happen.
yeah.
Usually not good things for me, but like anything could happen. Bro, I remember they threw like a goddamn party because I went 6-6 and made a bowl game, and they're like, "Oh my god, hell is frozen over." Which now, in retrospect, is more like Saloon who decided to throw me a fucking pity bone and be like, "All right, I'll let the spreadsheets give him a fucking 500 record. Get out of here."
Yeah, I remember player player grades being added that last year, and watching the same player be my highest graded, lowest rated, and then highest rated player in consecutive weeks. That was the first time I went. I don't know if I trust this.
Yeah, it was some whack stuff.
Yeah.
I also remember I somebody got cut and I signed them. It was a running back, Will Fuller, I think was the name. He had like an insane combine.
Mm.
He was like super speedy, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna put him at like my slot wide receiver because I had like no wide receivers. I had like none of them. My team. I remember I took over the Giants, and the Giants were terrible. And so I was like, I'm just gonna scrap everything, and I'm gonna do what I love to do, which is raid the darkest depths of everything. And I'm gonna find value out of that because I love doing that in any sports game, anytime.
Mm.
Anytime that I can fix a draft bust, anytime that I can just try to find value where people have already thrown out, I'm like, I love it. I'm dumpster diving. You know, I'm going head first into that bitch, and I I was like, Will Fuller is gonna be that, and he was not. He was. I remember Saluna said something that was like, "Yeah, he's playing out of position. He's like a 20 overall." Like that and that, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll put him back at running back."
Oh God. Yeah. that player of ours, Amir Pryor, was a young guy. He probably would have been good at the sim run its course. He was the guy
The
that
sim.
we got because when the time that we ran out of clock on the draft, and then picked a guy, and then the other team that came after us had picked him, and they were comparing timestamps on the forum.
Oh my
And
god.
while they were comparing timestamps, another team went and drafted,
What a shit show.
and that was the first time I quit this. Was that day?
I was probably, what was funny is that like I was probably on that fucking draft. I like vaguely recall that, and I also remember like it just being a complete shit show. And I'm
Yeah.
like, boy, am I glad I have like no power here, and I could just. I like being that in the draft. Whenever the draft's around, I like being the one dude. I'm like, I don't have to like announce anything. I don't have to do
Mm,
anything. I can just kind of laugh.
yeah.
I can kind of just make jokes.
I I just sort of pieced out after that debacle, which I do feel bad leaving the guys to make the rest of the picks. But was it who was the Patriots GM? Bruno, was that his name? He apparently went on a full tirade in the shout box, burned every bridge, and then
Hell yeah.
publicly quit.
Hell
So I
yeah.
just came back after the weekend, after I'd taken a breath and taken a lap with my tail between my legs, and they let
Mhm.
me back. Um, and then I took his job the next year because they didn't have a GM anymore.
Damn
Um,
right you did. Do you remember when in the old sim that he tried making like overalls like kind of hazy? Were you around for that?
no.
This is. I'm asking you about something from 6 years ago. You know what I mean? This is
Yeah.
so. He tried making it was the draft overalls. It wasn't all the overalls. It was the draft
Mm,
overalls, and he was gonna put them as like 62 to 65 or some shit like that.
okay.
And the entire league was like, "What the fuck?" So you're the only person who would know the actual ratings.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't do that."
I don't remember that. I remember color changes because there were different colors, and then he added a bunch more.
That's right. Oh my god, the colors that meant like this dude's a problem. This dude's like I think there was one that was like attitude issue.
Yeah,
There
but
was
I was
one that
never
was like
clear how those were going to manifest.
no, they never were. I do remember loving the like random events he would just bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
I it was clearly just like, "Oh, I feel like fucking this person over
Yeah.
today."
Yeah,
And
I
like
got.
I loved it though. I would just read something and it'd be like, "Oh my god, who is that defensive Kyrie Bryant?" Was like my star defensive end that I drafted second overall menace. And it was like he was just like a moron on Twitter or something like that. And I was like, you damn right he's a moron on Twitter.
Oh my gosh. Well, I do know a thing or two now about rolling something out and going, oh, people did not like this. We need to fix this. Or trying to fix something and making it worse before you make it better.
Oh,
Or
oh yeah.
any number of other things.
Hear me
Um,
out. Just add some colors.
just,
They'll solve everything. Make everyone happy.
I do love when people throw some RP in there. I do love when we get characterizations, personalities, when things come out of that.
Yeah.
Um, because it's just such a fun extra layer. Like we all like
It is.
we all just admit that this is a silly game and that we're just making it up as we go. But when we all buy in and lean into
Yeah.
that instead of being embarrassed by it, it makes it a lot more fun.
Oh, 100%. And I'll always lean into that motherfucker. Like that's the whole point. Is that it's our oh. Hold on, sorry, I got a work text.
You're good.
All right, we're good. So yeah, anytime that you can lean into that and like make sure that like it's part of the fun. It's a fake world. I don't think it's the real fucking NFL. You know, like, but you know what? It means something. It's real to me, damn
And we're back. Perfect. Dean with the perfect button on. outro is just gonna be 5 minutes of us just laughing.
Bro, Kirby is gonna love this shit.
Oh man. Well, in all honesty, I really do appreciate you coming on the show. This has been an absolute
I would
blast.
happy to.
Thanks.
Glad I could make you laugh, man.
Hey, we can all use it. We can all use
Oh, we
it.
all can. Absolutely.
Oh man. Well, thank you again, Dean, for stopping by. Thank you everyone for listening to whatever this hour and change has been.
Dude, when I've listened back to this, I'm really, what the fuck was I talking about?
Oh, my favorite is the first time we try to end things and see how long it goes after. That's always the
Yeah.
best. Is what happens after you
Oh,
think it's over, and
yeah.
then anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was doing an outro and then I sabotaged myself. Thank you everyone for listening. Appreciate you all. Um, we're done. Cut the feed. Good night.